নমস্কাৰ হেল্ল' বায়'লজি আসাম চেনেলটোলৈ সকলোকে স্বাগতম জনাইছোঁ। এই চেনেলটোত বিশেষকৈ ক্লাছ 11ৰ বায়'লজি বিষয়ৰ ওপৰত ভিডিঅ' দিয়া হ'ব। ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলে যাতে সহজতে বিষয়বোৰ মনত ৰাখিব পাৰে তাৰ বাবে ভিডিঅ'বোৰ প্ৰস্তুত কৰা হৈছে। আশা কৰোঁ ভিডিঅ'বোৰ চাই ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল কিছু উপকৃত হ'ব। ভিডিঅ'বোৰ চাই ভাল লাগিলে চেনেলটো ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰি দিবা, লগতে লাইক আৰু শ্বেয়াৰ কৰি দিবা। ভিডিঅ'বোৰ স্কিপ নকৰাকৈ চাবা যাতে বিষয়বোৰ তোমালোকৰ মনত ৰখাত সহজ হয়। এতিয়া ভিডিঅ'টো আৰম্ভ কৰোঁ। এই ভিডিঅ'টো ক্লাছ 11ৰ বায়'লজিকেল ক্লাছিফিকেশ্যনৰ ওপৰত বনোৱা হৈছে। ইয়াত সকলোখিনি পইণ্ট হিচাপে দেখুওৱা হৈছে। ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলে পইণ্টকেইটা মনত ৰাখি নিজৰ ভাষাত বাক্য বনাই নোটছ বনাব পাৰিবা। এতিয়া আমি পইণ্টছবোৰ চাওঁ। Earliest classification was given by Aristotle. He classified plants into trees, herbs, and shrubs. He also divided animals into two groups. One is with red blood and the other is without red blood. Carolus Linnaeus, also called father of taxonomy, divided all living organisms into two kingdoms. One is plant kingdom and the other is animal kingdom. Five kingdom classification was given by R.H. Whittaker. The five kingdoms are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Kingdom Monera. Under the kingdom Monera, first bacteria. Bacteria under it is a sole member. Shapes of bacteria may vary from coccus means spherical, bacillus means rod-shaped, Vibrio means comma-shaped, and Spirulam means spiral. It is found everywhere and can be photosynthetic autotrophs, chemosynthetic autotrophs, or heterotrophs. Next, Archaebacteria. It is different from bacteria due to different cell wall structure. Harsh habitats. Halophiles means salt habitat. Thermoacidophiles means hot springs and high acidic habitat. Methanogens, marshy habitat. Methanogens are found in the gut of ruminant animals like cow, buffaloes, and produces biogas. Eubacteria or true bacteria, due to rigid cell wall called true bacteria, and aflagellus if motile, also called cyanobacteria or blue-green algae, and are photosynthetic autotrophs. Unicellular, colonial or filamentous, marine and terrestrial algae. The colonies are generally surrounded by gelatinous sheet. Some of these bacteria can fix atmospheric nitrogen by specialized cells called heterocysts. For example, Anabina and Nosta. Chemosynthetic autotrophs oxidize various inorganic substances. Heterotrophic bacteria are mostly decomposer, help in making curd from milk, produce antibiotics, fixing nitrogen in legume roots. Reproduce mainly by fission, also produce spores in unfavorable conditions. Also reproduce by transfer of DNA from one to other bacteria. The process is called conjugation. Mycoplasma, smallest living cells, no cell wall, survives without oxygen. Kingdom Protista, single cell eukaryotes, aquatic in nature and live in moist places. Forms a link between plants, animals, and fungi. Cell body contains a well-defined nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. Chrysophytes. It includes diatoms and golden algae desmites, found in fresh as well as marine water. Planktonic means passive swimmer and photosynthetic. Cell walls are embedded with silica, hence indestructible. Their accumulation from diatomaceous earth. Diatoms are the chief producers in the oceans. Dinoflagellates, mostly marine and photosynthetic. Cell wall has stiff cellulose plates. have two flagella, one lies longitudinally and the other transversely in a furrow between the wall plates. Red tides are formed due to red dinoflagellates. Euglenoids. Majority freshwater water found in stagnant water. Found protein-rich layer called pellicle, means flexible instead of cellular. Have two flagella, one is short, another is long. In the presence of sunlight, they are photosynthetic but become heterotrophs due to deprive of sunlight. For example, euglena. Slime molds. These are saprophytic protists. Under suitable conditions, form an aggregation called plasmodium. Plasmodium forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. Spores have true walls which are extremely resistant and survive for many years. Protozoans. Protozoans are heterotrophs and live as predators or parasites. There are four major groups of protozoans. One is amoeboid protozoans, move and catch prey using pseudopodia, means false feet. For example, amoeba. Marine forms have silica cells on their surface. Some of them are parasites. For example, entamoeba. Flagellated protozoans, either free-living or parasites. They have flagella, cause disease like sleeping sickness. For example, trypanosoma. As sickness or I2 uddhya hoise, typing mistake hoise. Ciliated protozoans, aquatic and actively moving organisms due to the presence of cilia. For example, paramecium. Have cavity called gullet that opens to the outside of the cell. Sporozoans, all are parasites, no locomotor organelle. Have infectious spores like stage in life cycle. For example, plasmodium, which causes malaria. Kingdom fungi. It constitutes a unique kingdom of heterotrophic organisms. With the exception of yeast, which are unicellular, fungi are filamentous. Network of hyphae is known as mycelium. Cell walls of fungi are composed of chitin and polysaccharides. Grow in warm and humid places. Saprophytic, parasitic, and symbiotic. Reproduce asexually by spores, conidia, sporangiospores, or zoospores. Sexual reproduction is by oospores, ascospores, and basidiospores. Fusion of protoplasms between two motile or non-motile gametes result plasmogamy. Fusion of two nuclei result karyogamy. Zygote undergoes meiosis resulting haploid spores. For example, Vaccinia and Penicillium. There are different types of fungi. One is Phycomycetes, found in aquatic habitats and on decaying wood in moist and damp places, or as obligate parasites on plants. The mycelium is aseptate and poenocytic. Asexual reproduction by zoospores if motile or by aplanospores if non-motile. Spores are endogenously produced in sporangium. Zygospores produced by fusion of gametes. For example, Mucor, Rhizopus, Albugo. Ascomycetes, known as sac fungi, mostly multicellular. For example, Penicillium, or rarely unicellular. For example, yeast. Saprophytic, decomposers, parasitic, or coprophilous, growing on dung. Branched and septate mycelium. Mycelium is branched and septate. Asexual spores are conidia, produced exogenously on the special mycelium called conidiophores. Conidia on germination produced mycelium. Sexual spores are called ascospores, produced endogenously in ascus, produced inside fruiting body called ascocarp. For example, Aspergillus neurospora. Basidiomycetes. The known forms are called mushrooms, bracket fungi, or puff balls. The mycelium is branched and septate. Asexual spores are not found. Sexual reproduction by fusion of vegetative or somatic cells of different strains to form basidium produced in basidiocarp. After meiosis, basidium produces 4 basidiospores. For example, Agaricus ustilago. Deuteromycetes, known as imperfect fungi, as sexual form is not known. Mycelium is septate and branched. Saprophytic, parasitic, and decomposers. For example, Alternaria trichoderma. Kingdom Plantae includes all eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organisms called plants. Chloroplast and cell wall mainly made of cellulose. Life cycle of plants has 2 distinct phases, the diploid sporophytic and the haploid gametophytic. Lengths of the haploid and diploid phases are free living or dependent on others is called alternation of generation. Viruses. Viruses did not find a place in the 5 kingdom classification since they are not considered living or non-living. Virus means venom or poisonous fluid. D.J. Ivanovsky in 1892 found out that certain microbes cause tobacco mosaic disease in tobacco plant. M.W. Bejarnik in 1898 called fluid as contagium vivum fluidum as extracts of infected plants of tobacco. W.M. Stanley in 1935 showed viruses could be crystallized to form crystals of protein which are inert outside their specific host. Structure of virus. It is a nucleoprotein made up of protein called capsid. Capsid is made up of capsomeres arranged in helical or polygeometric forms. Have either DNA or RNA as genetic material which may be single or double-stranded. Usually plant viruses have single-stranded RNA, bacteriophages have double-stranded DNA, and animal viruses have single or double-stranded RNA or double-stranded DNA. Diseases, mumps, smallpox, AIDS, all are caused by virus. Viroids, infectious as an free RNA due to lack of protein core. RNA has low molecular weight, causes potato spindle tuber disease, discovered by Theo Diener in 1971. Lichens. It is a symbiotic association between algal component called phycobian and fungal component called mycobian. Algae provide food, fungi provide shelter and absorb nutrient for alga. Lichen also a good pollution indicators and they do not grow in polluted. It is not and as they do not grow in polluted areas. গতিকে এইখিনিয়ে মূল বস্তু আমাৰ বায়োলজিক্যাল ক্লাসিফিকেশনৰ মই ইয়াতে পইণ্ট হিচাপে মই বস্তুখিনি দেখাইছো তোমালোকৰ মনত ৰাখাৰ সুবিধাৰ কাৰণে আশা কৰোঁ তোমালোকে ভিডিঅ'টো চাই উপকৃত হ'বা আৰু ভিডিঅ'টো চাই যদি ভাল লাগে তেনেহ'লে লাইক কৰিবা আৰু শ্বেয়াৰ কৰিবা লগতে চেনেলটো সাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰিবা ধন্যবাদ